Good morning and buenos dias. I'm Abu Sha'b and welcome back to another lesson in Puerto Rican expressions. As language learners, sometimes the hardest words to understand are the English words that are used in other languages. I just spent 2 weeks trying to find the word Associated Press in the Arabic dictionary. It is not there. In Puerto Rico, we use a lot of Spanglish. One good example of where we use a lot of Spanglish is in auto parts. Auto parts are piezas. This means pieces in standard Spanish, but it's implied that it's auto parts when you use the word pieza. The biggest auto parts store in Puerto Rico is Centro Piezas, which means parts center or parts central, or pieces central. Another word that's particular to automotive in Puerto Rico is goma. Goma is tire in Puerto Rican Spanish. In Mexican Spanish and other parts, it's llanta. Here in Puerto Rico is goma. In standard Spanish, the word goma is the material rubber. In English, we use the word rubber to describe a little boot that goes on top of our shoe when it's raining out. That's rubber in English. Goma, in Puerto Rican Spanish, is tire. The rim is el arro. This is Spanish, this is standard Spanish, all over the Spanish-speaking world. Arro is ring. It's also used as rim for the tire on the car. Not a jewelry ring, that's sortija, that's different. Some other Spanglish words, especially one of my favorites is espark. Espark is spark plug in Puerto Rican Spanish. Los espark, the spark plugs. Espark. The standard Spanish word is bujia, but you'll not hear it very often spoken here in Puerto Rico. Another word, Spanglish, that we use here for car parts is the starter, that's estarte. Estarte. In standard Spanish, starter is motor de arranque, but I've never heard that phrase spoken anywhere. Other parts, radiator is the same in English and Spanish. It's just pronounced radiador in Spanish because the vowels are pronounced differently. Another thing that can go wrong with your car is el chip. That's chip with a cheap. Cheap sounds like inexpensive in English. Oil in Spanish, motor oil is aceite. Oil for petroleum is different, that's petróleo. But oil for cooking and automotive motor oil is aceite. Gasolina is gas. If you say gas in Puerto Rican Spanish or any other Spanish, you're talking about natural gas or propane gas, gas like air. The standard Spanish word for fuel is combustible. It's combustible in English, but it's just pronounced differently. This means any type of fuel, diesel or any type of fuel in standard Spanish. Diesel here in Puerto Rican Spanish is diesel. It's pronounced in Spanglish. Well, I hope you learned something. Thank you very much and have a good day.